Switch friends page. Oh my god, Pokemon Unite last played for 70 hours? The game is also not letting me add you as a best friend because I'm not online. Well, that's awkward. I'll have to get you later. I know. Where's Tux? Oh, there he is. He's at the very top. We can't see what he's been doing, though. That takes all the fun out of it. Oh, Pokemon Violet and Nintendo Classics, because he's been playing Pokemon Stadium. Okay, that checks out. We don't have enough hours in Unite, Tux. We need to work on that. Okay, so as I recall, that's 2 weeks old. Oh shit. That's how long it's been since my Switch was connected to the Wi-Fi then. Who will you believe is where we're going to be continuing this? At least 2 weeks? I actually think it's been close to... It's been 3 weeks since I've had internet on this. Because we've been in this apartment for a little over 3 weeks now. Okay, so because of the size of this divergent path, basically Grant and I think that we're gonna choose not to believe Nozomi, and we're literally gonna get brainwashed and or killed. Right, babe?
Well, I think we're gonna get brainwashed to keep going.
Alright. We are joined by Grants. Everyone say hello.
Hello.
I caved and picked up my birthright run, and this one I didn't support Kaze in time. Oh no, Tom! So, also, apparently, Pokemon Unite menus are better on Switch too. Which means Zephyr lied to us. Oh yeah, we need to agree. Gotta do it right. Otherwise he doesn't feel welcome.
Do it.
You're finally gonna choose Nozomi? Yes, Monokuma. It is time. I'm so happy to hear you're playing Birthright, by the way, Tom.
We saw this yesterday.
Yeah, I would not read all this.
And this place is...
Back to this room.
I guess hell.
Yep. Hi, DJ Rivers. There is gonna be an Ato command, Jordan. I just haven't made it yet. And there's also gonna be an Ato 69. As there will be for each character. Because this game is unhinged.
Don't you want to see me naked? Huh? Huh?
Alright. We're believing Nozomi.
We didn't pick this first.
Believing Ato was actually an insane route, and I'm kind of happy we did it. Well, I'm happy and I'm sad. Takumi Defo went evil that route. You're right. This isn't right. Huh? I hear you. If I don't stop, things are going to get out of hand. But I couldn't bring myself to say it. We were fighting so well, I just wanted to believe that things were okay. It doubled your Ava cake. Takumi! But hearing it from you made me realize I need to let everyone choose their future from their own free will. I need to trust them. We can come together and press onward together, even without this power.
They're so mean for making this a route end.
Yes, that's exactly right. Frost Ato. Ato, I'm sorry, but I've made up my mind. Huh? I'm going to go back to how I was. I want to be equals with everyone. Does Darmy get to choose? Darmy's dead. Understood. If that's your choice, I must accept it. Really? Honestly, I'm not sure what will happen to me once you do this, but if this is your choice, I have to accept it, because I love you. I see. I'm glad you understand.
He's gonna protect us from himself.
Not asking Does Darmy get to choose? She's dead. I know. Super evil. Then I'll go ask Yugamu for his help right away. I'll go with you. Oh, girl. You go alone, he may not believe this was Takumi's decision. Right, that's true. He's gonna literally murder you. I should go too. No, you should rest in your room. You need to be in good condition to handle the effects of the medicine. Oh, sure, I guess that makes sense. Now then, let's go to the biolab. I'm sure Yugamu will be there. Right, there might be another enemy attack, so we should probably get him to act quickly. We'll let you know when it's ready, so just hold on until then. Got it. Got it, mass murderer Ato. We went our separate ways and returned to my room. Hi, Nutmeg. Ooh. I've been trying to convince myself that I was in the right, but I was wrong. My relationship with everyone was obviously abnormal. I wish I had noticed sooner, but the deaths of Darumi and Takemaru had me acting irrational. I guess when everything is back to normal, with everyone, we'll have to start rebuilding from there. I need to trust everybody so we can do this together. I waited all day in my room, but in the end, no one showed up with any news, and a new day had come. Not good.
I think it's gonna work out, guys. I'm sure one of my rats will live.
It probably one of yours.
For your 51st day of active service here at Last Defense Academy. Prepare to spend another day enduring the unendurable and suffering the insufferable to pave the way for humanity's future greatness. Be ready to give your lives to protect our beloved school from the vile and barbaric enemy.
Okay then. Letting out a huge sigh, I slowly got out of bed. But now, I wonder if it will take Yugamu a while to finish the drug. No sooner had I finished my thought. Oh, someone's here. I wonder if it's Ato or Nozomi. Probably Ato. Or Ava. I can't believe she's alive. Takumi, Yugamu just told me he finished the drug. Whoa, that was fast. Well, where is it? About that, it seems he wants you to take it in front of all of us, so he wants you to come to the cafeteria. Huh? In front of everyone? I guess he probably wants us to see for certain how it actually changes you. Sus?
I think it's fine.
Why would it be sus? Well, sure, but will I really change that fast? I have no idea, but I'm going to go to the cafeteria. Come when you're ready, Takumi! With that, Nozomi ran off toward the cafeteria. I don't know why I need to take it in front of everybody, but I guess I'll go to the cafeteria. I quickly washed my face and headed out. Give it to Ato? They probably should to make sure. Well, what if it makes them hate him instead of adore him? The moment I stepped inside, everyone turned to look at me. But... What's the matter? I suppose they're nervous. We're not sure how our feelings will change after this. I guess so. It must be scary not knowing how things will turn out. Sorry guys, but we'll all feel better when I'm back to normal. So where's the medicine? Yugamu. Just people to... And Ato... Oh, yeah, right. Yes, here. The capsules are the same as the original medicine, but the compound inside is different, so don't worry. Thanks, you sure managed to finish it quickly. Well, all it needs to do is have the opposite effect of the previous drug. So it wasn't all that complicated. Interesting. Takumi, take it already. Of course. By the way, just to be absolutely clear, you don't need to force yourself to take it if you happen to have a change of heart. Right, but I've made up my mind. I see. Right.
I did the other route.
This is fucking creepy. Are you ready, Takumi? Yeah, for sure. It's hard to ignore how quiet everyone is being, but I'll just get this over with. Here goes nothing. I look down at the capsules in my palm and shove them into my mouth. Well, do you feel anything, Takumi? No, nothing yet. Shortly after I swallowed the medicine, something strange started happening inside of me. What is this? I couldn't speak another word. Not only that, but I couldn't move a muscle. All I could do was breathe and blink.
Oh, paralyzed him.
Takumi, what's wrong? I'll be right back. Oh, hey, Nano. It's unfortunate, Takumi. I pray you'd reconsider, but you took it. How truly unfortunate. Wait, what's going on? What did you give him? A drug my family has used for generations during tortures. It shuts out all signals sent from the brain to the body. Huh? It's supposed to make the victim suffer as much as possible so he can breathe and blink. He's fully conscious. He just can't move. Wait, why would you give him that?
Enduring the unendurable.
We came to a unanimous decision. Huh?
We're the happiest we've ever been, truly happy, full of love for Takumi. So we can't let anyone destroy our joy. I won't let anyone take this feeling away from me.
Show me your inside!
He's the one who gave me a reason to live when I had none at all. I don't want to go back to the way I was. Everyone began to surround Nozomi as they spoke. She had nowhere to run. What is this? What are you going to do? I tried to scream as Nozomi started to panic, but I couldn't let out so much as a squeak. Eito began to speak to me, a sorrowful look on his face. I'm so sorry, Takumi. We decided this together. We want to love you forever. We don't want to lose this feeling. That goes for me too. If I lose my love for you, I'll be forced to live with nothing but ugly humans surrounding me. I can't go back to that utter hell. And yet you decided to let all of our feelings go. You even ignored your final chance to turn back and tried to throw away our love. You left us with no other choice if we wanted to be able to love you forever. No choice? What are you going to do to him? Takumi is going to give up his humanity and become a real god. A symbol to be worshipped. Symbol?
If we keep giving him these pills, he'll stay this way. And he'll be with us forever.
What? What the fuck? We can supply him with the necessary nutrition via injections, and there are medicines to keep his muscles from atrophying. We'll take turns cleaning up after his waste.
Sir Takumi will be a living symbol that grants us love forever.
Forever?
Oh, this is fucked.
I'm stuck like this forever, unable to say anything or even move?
It's okay, I won't let you get lonely, Takumi. I'll come see you every day.
Same here, I'll wash you.
No, wait, please stop! This has to be a horrible joke. Hey, Lightning. Ooh, I hope things are okay with your Discord account. Are you guys serious? You're really going to rob him of his freedom? You've lost your mind. Snap out of it. Nigo, stop them.
Sorry, they said I have to go along with this or they won't fight.
Nozomi versus Eito choice is, do you want the awful ending or the horrible ending? I kind of... Yeah, the Eito ending was better. Because now we're a vegetable that's probably going to get sexually abused, among other things. Yugamu was wrong for this.
Oh, yeah.
No. Oh yeah, we'll lift the ban on your Discord account then, Lightning. There's only one thing left we have to do. And that's getting rid of you, Nozomi. Get rid of me? You started this. You're the reason for all the chaos. You tried to take Takumi away from us, and that's an unspeakable crime. Wait, you guys. You have to be reasonable. Remember the plan. We go in order. One blow at a time. Until she dies. Nozomi, babe, we have to do this. You tried to kill our god.
Get ready to accept your punishment.
No, I'm begging you, don't. I screamed over and over, but my lungs didn't make a sound.
I honestly don't know. It's probably.
I couldn't stop them. All I could do was watch as my friends killed the one who mattered to me most. I wanted to scream, but I couldn't. I wanted to look away, but I couldn't. As her former friends took turns beating her, Nozomi's face eventually became so swollen and blackened that I could hardly recognize her.
No, I think it was better to do the Ito ending.
By the end, she was completely motionless. That's horrible! Where did I go wrong? Please, somebody, anybody, tell me where did I go wrong?
You did the right thing. You didn't do anything wrong. And we'll prove it to you.
Oh, we missed out on the Ito.
Oh!
The photos uncensored on computer.
We'll keep fighting to protect you. Then, you'll become the savior of humanity.
Interesting that you sleep with Nozomi on the Eito Trust route, and you sleep with Eito on the Nozomi. Is the Nozomi part over? I didn't want to read it again. Yeah, it was awful. Where did the clothes go?
All of mankind will bow down to you. With your mystique as a living symbol, anyone will be able to tell they're looking at a god. So, why is this happening, you ask? I got a special reward at everyone's behest. I get to spend time with you as I please. It's truly an honor. I've never done anything like this.
Oh!
I never wanted to. I couldn't have feelings like this for a filthy human. But you're different. You're truly beautiful, Takumi. I'm so happy to be with you like this. I'm so happy to want you like this. Thank you for giving me the chance to feel these feelings.
Give a lot.
You were always right, Takumi.
Thank you, Nano. People were
You
doubting me
deserve to be
yesterday.
more than human. I love you, Takumi. I love you. Forever.
Maybe both the choices were correct. Wow. After that, I shut off my feelings. I gave up on my humanity, transformed into a living symbol, truly incapable of doing anything but not dying. I continued to watch over mankind along with everyone else. That was so unexpected.
That was a route. I did not think that living idol.
The correct choice is protecting Takemaru with our life, apparently. Sure. Hi.
She's holding on for dear life.
Go here. Oh, hi, baby girl. I saw it coming. Well, you have always been an Eito stan. Anyway, back to killing Eito. Yeah, literally. That was honestly creepy as fuck. Jeez. Wait, Nozomi doesn't show as dead there. That's interesting. So guys, we're thinking we're gonna jump back to the killing game route. So there's gonna be no Eito on this route. Sorry, Eito fans. Also, choosing to reveal Nozomi's secret is a big fucking deal, apparently. Scatter. So the question is, do we stay at the school? Or do we leave the school? Or, I think we kind of have to go to the other route split that I'm seeing, because everything past there is just this route. Yeah. Pay off, I gotta drive home. Yeah, we're shifting. I'm gonna cook for us at 7, babe.
I want to do... See if we don't...
Yeah,
It's
I
your
was just
choice. I
about
just
to
kinda wanna see
say,
that.
I think that this is actually too far back. I want to go back to that after we exhaust all the info from this side. And I was just looking past this route again. There's literally no big splits past this.
Yeah, I want to see this, though, because, like, what happens if we just don't join? Like, what the fuck happens here?
So, we're gonna go back to... Let's go to the start of the day.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
So, I'm looking at this, just the day by itself. So, it's day 25 on the route where we killed Ato.
Yeah, basically we're kind of splitting it where Pengi does all the routes where we kill Ato, and I'm doing the routes where we don't. Exhausted. Like, mine is more routes on my side.
Exactly. Yep. So, just to catch everybody up, Ato is dead because we killed him, and Gaku has been found dead, which means Saray is also dead. Yeah, I was gonna say, it's definitely hot in here. You put the fan in... No, not... do the fan over there. You put them all in a cubby. Let's not do it right now, Grant. Let's just get the other fan. It is unfortunate that Gaku is not around in this route because he's a pretty good combat unit. When we go back here, Gaku is still alive, so that's good. Alright. So, alright, back to the killing game side.
Troops, time to ride.
We're gonna replay this day just so that we get reacclimated to this side of the flowchart.
Get ready for your 25th day of active service here at Last Defense Academy.
Chances of Saray surviving to day 50, 0.
Prepare to spend another day enduring the unendurable and suffering the
that's much
insufferable
better.
to pave the way for humanity's future greatness. Be ready to give your lives to protect our beloved school from the vile and barbaric enemy.
After waking up to the usual morning announcement, I walked out of my room straight to Tsubasa.
Morning, Takumi, heading to breakfast.
Yeah, hey, can I ask you something?
What is it?
Do you know what happened to Ava's mask?
Ava's mask?
Yeah, that thing she was wearing on the battlefield before she revealed her true face.
Oh, it's been kept somewhere in the garage.
You're back with pizza for Pizza Friday. Nice, Fabbles, enjoy. We're having pot stickers and Korean rice cakes for dinner. Can't wait. Great, thanks. I'll go grab it later. Immediately after saying that, the door to the stairwell flung open and Kiyoshika came charging over. Oh, bye, little spice.
It's killing game time!
Welcome back, Ono. She quickly ran over to us with a strained look on her face.
Finding out that Darmy wasn't the one who wrote it, honestly, they were talking about.
Well, we weren't sure how
Something
how obvious they were going to be about that. I'm glad that they weren't.
Something disturbing has been discovered in the classroom on the first floor.
Something
At least it asked you if you want to go on the killing game.
Disturbing.
Come on, it's okay. Okay, never mind.
something like that.
You must come immediately. Everyone else is already on their way.
I followed Tsubasa and Kyoshika to the classroom on the first floor, dashing inside upon arrival. What? No way.
Not again.
It was a repeat of day 4. Somebody had used red spray paint to write something on the digital blackboard again. The only difference was the context of the text. This time it said, "Let's play a killing game." Found it first.
'Twas I. Upon discovering this fallacy, I immediately set off to inform everyone of it.
What are you doing here in the first place?
Well, I had wished to retrieve Lady Carrara's mask before breakfast.
Huh?
It had been left on the ceiling catwalk since you flung it there yesterday.
Kioska, you shall pay for this later.
Carrara was already wearing her mask. She must have retrieved it before the rest of us came running in. Who would write something like this?
Isn't it obvious? Bastard who wrote the last threat, the same one who killed Gaku.
Are you sure? The handwriting seems a little different. My dear... Oh.
My dear sister's sharp perception pierces through everything. The people who... who's dead? It's Gaku...
Just Gaku and Eito.
Gaku, Eito, and Spray?
Yeah. So who else
and
wrote
Nigo.
this? And Nigo. Who? Wait, could it be Ava? No, I don't think that's possible. When I delivered breakfast to her just now, her cage was properly locked. Who has the key? I do. It's the only copy in existence. Also, there's a special IC chip embedded inside that makes it impossible to duplicate. I've got 3 guesses and it's all Darby.
We can think about the author later. I'm curious what this killing game is supposed to refer to.
Which part of killing game is so hard to understand? It's a game where you kill or be killed.
Love her voice, right?
I can't believe she's alive on this route.
It still doesn't make any sense. Who plays? What are the rules? Where? How? When? Why?
Suddenly, Shoma raised his voice. Everybody, look! There's something on the teacher's desk! This looks like a tape recorder? I guess we should listen to it. I pressed play and an eerie sound came out of the recorder.
The game has officially begun. Like the blackboard says, let's all play a killing game together. The name of this game is The Invader Hunt.
The message continued. Anyone willing to participate should gather in the leisure lounge at 7 p.m. All who refuse to join the game will be eliminated. That is all. With those eerie words, the voice stopped. Silence prevailed. We could have heard a pin drop. We were all frowning, although nobody said anything. The last note hadn't been a prank. Saray was destroyed and Gaku was murdered. Now this note could have been written by the same person. His last words especially kept echoing loudly in my mind. All who refuse to join the game will be eliminated. By the way, Kako, you mentioned something about the handwriting of this message being different from the last. Maybe the culprit deliberately changed it. We should keep that possibility in mind.
Too soon to be jumping to conclusions about 2 different culprits when the MO's the same.
So Gaku's murder is on the move again.
Basically, this could be from the same person who killed Gaku. If so, we might be able to find their true identity by joining the game, but that option came with major risks. The monster who destroyed Saray and slaughtered Gaku is behind it after all. Join the game despite the risks, or try to keep everyone as safe as possible. We had until 7 p.m. to decide what to do, but it didn't seem prudent to delay our decision until the last minute. We had to stay united. All of us. For that to happen, I had to clearly express my opinion on the matter first as a team leader. But what was our best option? Should we join the game or ignore it completely? I thought long and hard about what to say, and then I made my decision.
What's the... I mean, come on, this is clearly bogus.
Also, I think it's funny that he's like, if we play the game, we'll learn who killed Gaku. It's like, actually, we're gonna proceed to never think about Gaku again after we start the game.
This is clearly fake news. This is fake news. Fake news.
That was me trying to do the sponsor laugh. Alright. Join the Invader Hunt? No.
I don't feel like it. Why would we ever join the Invader Hunt? That was just a Darby boss. It's clearly her.
Yeah, fuck you, Darmy. We came back to a route where you're alive just to defy
here's
you.
What I think. I'm not going to join this Invader Hunt thing.
By the way, it would be so funny if Darby just dies here. We didn't want to.
That would be
Right, of course not.
a rational decision. I hope you all can follow my lead in this. So wait, in this route, are Ima, Kako, and Takemaru gonna be our BFFs?
I hope so.
I know I will. There's nothing to be afraid of if we all reject it together.
Hey, don't speak for everyone just yet.
Okay, so let's let Darumi enter the game by herself.
What do you mean you're joining? Of course, I never get a chance to live out my fantasies like this game. Besides, the name Invader Hunt makes the game sound like it's going to be an absolute blast.
I'm with Takumi on this one.
You'll find me playing the game over my dead body, literally. This Invader Hunt is just the culprit trying to trick us into believing it'll be fun, but it's clearly slated for the blackboard that this is a killing game. The recording said as much too.
I'll follow Takumi's lead as well. It's against my artistic principles to kill for entertainment.
This message don't make sense anyway. Sponsor said those non the game will be eliminated, but would still be eliminated sooner or later if we did join.
Don't be stupid. Nobody has to die if we win, right? Right? Darby, are you listening to yourself? You're taking this I love killing games persona a little too far, aren't you?
Okay, wait, she's calling her out. I support you.
I am not. I'm just saying what I really think.
Darby's pigtails swayed as she vigorously shook her head.
You know, in a
In
way,
denial.
I miss Darby's.
I was gonna say, you really like that voice. It is a top tier Grant voice.
What?
I think your best was Sponsor 2, though.
My favorite voice would go,
Well, Hashimoto has never existed in another game.
I know, it's heartbreaking. I'll never be able to reuse that voice.
Did you even... Was that, like, from a D&D? Oh, it was just...
It just sounded like
It just
that.
looked like him.
I just felt like...
Yeah.
I nailed it. I could have bit him. Like, you were Nagato.
Yeah.
I was Hashimoto.
Oh, you think my Nagato voice is good? It has to be, because me and Nagato share the same birthday. There was definitely some uncertainty in her eyes. What about you, Hiroko? You haven't said anything yet. Either choice is fine with me. What do you mean? I'm not interested in this game at all. I am, however, interested in finding out the sponsor's identity. They'll make their move eventually, whether we join the silly game or not.
That's when we'll swoop in and bring that sicko down, right?
That's more or less what I was thinking. Then we have an answer. Yes, we're not going to join the Invader Hunt. Darby, you don't mind, do you?
I like his Monokuma voice the best.
The best Pangy VA was... Oh god. I swear I thought you were gonna say Nelly from, House and Fata Morgana. That was one of the most fun streams to voice act ever.
I do mind, but it's not like I can play a killing game by myself. Fine. Fine, now go with the majority, you will no kill the bitch.
Bleh.
Felt like it.
Your head feeling better? After that, we decided to stay together until the stipulated time. We didn't know what might happen, and there was always the possibility the sponsor was actually one of us. Staying together meant we could prevent the sponsor from trying anything. I didn't tell anyone about that second reason, though. They all seemed convinced the sponsor was an outsider who had infiltrated the school, correct? Well, they were acting like that, though... They were acting like they thought that anyway. The sky turned dark as we whiled our time away. Finally, it was 7 p.m., the time mentioned on the voice recorder. That was when I threw the door to the leisure lounge open.
Oh, we actually...
Oh, I'm surprised. I figured they would leave or something. Not because I wanted to join the game, of course. I was there to declare as team leader that none of us would be joining. So, by talking to the sponsor, one of them is pretty much guaranteed going to die right now. Because remember, he made an example out of Kurara?
Yeah.
Do you mind shutting? Everyone else stood outside just in case. Oh wait, that's smart. turning around, I could see the others trying to peer in through the door, which was slightly ajar. That's what it shut?
Yeah.
Wow.
Sorry, guys.
I don't think it's getting picked. There was nobody inside the room, not even a faint presence. After looking around, I lifted my head to the ceiling and shouted, "Hey, are you there? Can you see me? I'm here to tell you none of us will be joining your stupid invader hunt." No response at all, have it your way. That's all I wanted to say. Have a bad night. Yeah, got him. Is this game from the same creators of Danganronpa? Yes. So, Lightning, it was actually the Danganronpa guy with the guy that did Zero Escape.
I want to do. Oh, do you think if guys?
I fail.
Do you think that basically the routes are if you either do a Danganronpa spin-off or you do a Zero Escape spin-off?
That would be so clever. They wake up and they just have watches on.
That'd be great. I'd be very hyped for that.
Yeah, happy Friday, fail. So the Nozomi, trusting Nozomi section was dreadful. And then we jumped to the other side of the flowchart and we're doing the route where you learn about the kill. We kill Eito, Gaku and Sarai die, and then we learn what the killing game is and we opt not to join. After that cold farewell, I turned around and stepped out of the leisure lounge.
Oh boy, you really said it. And after the sponsor said they'd kill us all if we refuse to play the game.
The wild timeline for crazy people that would kill Eito. I'm not gonna lie, the last route kind of made me happy that Eito was around again.
Yeah, we got to have sex with him.
Oh, that happened! We literally had sex with Eito.
It was more like rape. It didn't really make sense.
It was very much like rape.
But whatever. Maybe he's into that.
You read this story?
Yes, it did.
Don't say I didn't warn you.
Will we be okay? Gaku got killed the last time we did this. But that killer fled and went outside the wall of fire, right? It's so nice of you to always consider Sarai as a character when tallying deaths. It's because you think he's a waste of space. Oh, I like Sarai. Sarai's a very interesting character for me. I think Nigo is more so the waste, but
Yeah, Nigo's a waste of character.
Nigo is also dead in this route if we're doing a
We
head
also
count.
counted Nigo.
Yeah.
Most likely, yeah. That's why the sponsor of this game probably isn't one of us.
Kako even said this morning that the handwriting was different this time. Bring back Ema, sorry. I can't be completely sure because they use spray paint.
If the sponsor wasn't the one who killed Gaku, there's also the possibility this entire thing was just a prank. So no need to be unnecessarily shaken. That's if the killer wasn't the killer. Sponsor wasn't. The truth of the matter remains to be seen.
Everybody fell momentarily silent after that. Question, what's the plan for tonight?
Plan?
Our sleeping arrangements. Where should we all spend the night?
I'm definitely sleeping in my dear sister's room.
The killer was, in fact, the killer. I'll stay with Takemaru!
No way!
Ah!
You don't trust Takumi even after you saved my life. You and me are through, man.
Oh, wait, is this the we're best friends with Takemaru route? Because we actually kind of need that.
Yeah, because he didn't stop trusting us until for it.
He hated us in my route, and he was dead in your route.
Yeah.
But the Sakumo twins aside, why don't we sleep in our own rooms like normal? Just lock your door and you'll be fine. I agree. There are 13 people here. Making everyone sleep in pairs would leave one person out. Alright, but why not put that person with one of the other pairs? We should avoid having 3 people in one room. It's too risky. Won't everyone hate you again when shit hits the fan? I mean, I don't know.
Risky? Why?
Not again. Our teams already discussed this to death, and now I have to repeat myself. Despite her complaint, Hiriko carefully explained to those from the other academy, why we decided having 3 people in a room together was a bad idea. Me teaching. Ooh. That does make sense.
We should all go back to our own rooms then. No, you've just triggered the mother of all death flags and you don't even know it. Well, anything to spice things up around here, I guess.
Army. That decided, we all returned to our rooms to sleep after dinner.
We're gonna.
Huh?
We're told.
Ima insisted on sleeping in Kako's room and nobody protested on that point. Okay, thanks for including that game. Someone's dead. Grant thinks that we're gonna have 0 escape watches.
I feel like Eve and Kako.
Or we're gonna wake up on a boat. He made a rave version of that emote. That's fucking hilarious.
Rise and shine! Get ready for your 26th day of active service here at last, Defense Academy. Prepare to spend another day enduring the unendurable and suffering the insufferable to pave the way for humanity's future greatness. Be ready to give your lives to protect our beloved school from the vile and barbaric enemy.
She's looking for your dad still. In the morning, I headed to the cafeteria for breakfast, only to find that everyone else was already there. Anyone missing?
139, oh my. How is it that I count 14 souls?
She miscounted.
Because you're terrible at math, there are only 13 people here.
You see, nothing bad happened. So it was just a prank after all? But by who?
And for what purpose?
You're asking me. I think the most likely suspect is...
If we had played this before the other route, we would be fucking reading the shit out of Darumi right now.
Yeah.
We all turn to look at Darumi.
Wait a minute, you're accusing me of being the game sponsor?
I don't think so. Darumi doesn't have the guts to pull off something like that.
Girl, you underestimate me. I might not have guts, but I still got my brain meats. They're small and overpowered, but they're there all the same.
Oh, for the love of murder.
Hey, can't we just be happy that nothing happened?
Please excuse me for exposing you to my foul-smelling dumpster breath, but why don't we all have breakfast together? Friendship, yay! After breakfast, we all headed off to do our own things, relieved that nothing bad had happened after all. As for me, I went back to my room free time. Almost immediately, a visitor came knocking. I opened the door to find Tsubasa standing outside.
No.
Huh?
Can't spell friendship without harem. Was the paint thing written on day 24? Yes. Did something happen?
You asked about Ava's mask yesterday, remember? I brought it here for you.
Oh, shit.
We actually give it to her.
Oh, thanks. Sorry for the trouble. It's one of the things that got dropped in the other route.
Yeah, well, it got mentioned a few times.
She just fucking hated us. I took the mask from her.
What were you gonna do with that?
I was thinking of returning it to Ava.
What? You trust her now?
Not really, it's just...
Oh, I know. You fell in love with her.
I'm having fucking Ava cake PTSD. What? Of course not. Tsubasa narrowed her eyes at me, and I felt my palms get sweaty.
Never mind, it's none of my business. Everyone's free to love whoever they want, I guess.
I told you that's not it.
But since we're talking about the mask, I looked it over out of curiosity and found something pretty interesting. The mask isn't in an ordinary section. It actually comes installed with a bunch of high-tech features. Infrared night vision, zoom functions, organic life detection. There's even a miniature air tank inside that allows it to turn into a gas mask. Using the air tank, the wearer can survive completely shut off from the outside world for as long as 30 minutes.
That's amazing. It almost sounds like it'd be a waste to give it back to Ava.
You wouldn't be able to use it, Takumi. It's custom made to fit a specific shape. Ava's the only one who can wear it.
I guess I might as well give it back. Even with the best technology in the world, she can't possibly harm any of us from inside the cage, right? Tsubasa thought about it for a while before nodding in agreement.
By the way, when she's gonna give us more information about the enemy? You promised to be useful if we spared her life. I actually think it'd be best if we could get her to join us as an ally.
An ally? Is this a Tsubasa performs brainwashing route? There's no universe 30-minute air tank doesn't come into play. I know. The way it was listing off those features, I'm like, if this was a Danganronpa chapter, this is all relevant to the murder.
Yeah, so that she can fight defensive battles along with us. We need some safety measure before allowing her to cut loose, of course. Like a collar with a bomb, maybe. That should put everyone at ease. Oh, that's how we get the bomb collar. That's in the thing. If she tries to run or do anything funny, all we have to do is stop her, is press a button to activate the bomb.
A bulb lit up in my mind as Tsubasa was speaking. Tsubasa, let's say there was already a self-destruction device in Ava's body. Would it be possible for someone to activate it? In place of Nano, let me call you out on Danganronpa brain. Fair enough.
It depends how the bomb was built. If the detonation mechanism was designed to be triggered remotely, then maybe.
Huh. In that case, your plan might actually work. Detonator is on a joint on my left hand pinky finger. Moving it in a particular motion triggers an explosion.
Wait, you were being serious? You weren't just speaking hypothetically.
Do you think that's something you can do?
You want me to create a detonation device for the bomb inside her?
Yes, once it's done, we'll have the perfect safety measure.
And then we can allow Ava to join us, huh? Alright, I'll give it a shot.
Awesome! I'm counting on you.
That is the truth.
Peggy pressed betray before even going to the AB room.
So, by the way, guys, while we're talking about... We're not talking about this right now, but I'm thinking about it. The nudity in that route is censored on the Switch. Cyberpunk 2077 is a launch title for the Switch too.
Do they get naked in that
And
game?
it has full nudity.
Gotta censor it.
Is that cut from the Switch 2 version?
Well, I don't know if anyone in chat has Cyberpunk for Switch 2.
No, I'm curious. I mean, I wouldn't rebuy the game.
Is it out right now?
Yeah, it should be out.
Yeah,
It was a launch title for
the key that would open Ava's cage. I walked into the courtyard, her mask in hand. Takumi. Here you go, as promised. Probably just some reasons because anime. It's not like they actually show body bits. Right. That's my mask. It sure is. I can't look at Ava the same way I hate humanity. I know. She's literally been ruined by Ava Cake.
It was beautiful.
I opened the cage using the key Hiriko gave me. After handing Ava's mask to her, I closed the door and locked it again. Thank you, Takumi. I don't know what to say. No need, just keeping my promise. Well, I'll be seeing you.
Did they just drop the whole killing game thing? The sponsor exists!
Yeah, and it's a reanimated corpse, which we have no idea why that is happening. Ava was a commander in MILF Manor. I turned around, giving a casual wave as I walked away. I'm back in my room, but now what? There's nothing for me to do here. I may as well take a walk around the school.
Babe, you chose the wrong route. That's why you didn't get free time.
Yay!
We're just trying to get our stats up.
Well, hold on. Let's look at our 18 KBP. Oh, right. We were gonna do upgrades on a few characters.
Oh, Hiriko. Hiriko and who else?
Not gonna lie, if Ava was with us, I would say we should upgrade her because she was so fucking good in that Veshness fight.
It's just not in a lot of routes.
The whole kill Ato is a throwaway. They'll do this after doing the other half of the game route. It's a throwaway because you know that you need to have him around. Well, it's a visual novel, though. Visual novels always give you the golden ending where all characters survive. That just is the truth. Surely this free time isn't luring you to a false sense of free time. I agree. So wait. Intestinal laceration being base 2 power is awesome. Alright, let's do it.
It's too expensive. She's just kind of nutty. Nagimaru would be great upping.
Let's look at the... Ava is still listed.
Yeah, but no, I wouldn't bother. I would be okay with
Jumanji Slash is eligible.
the attack, and that means attack. Base. It's pretty good actually. Jumanji Slash or the other one. Both good. Oh, what's that? The AoE or the?
That's an AoE. This is the single target nuke.
No, the single target nuke is the one that Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to upgrade that.
I think Jumanji Slash is probably a good
I would
call.
do Jumanji Slash. Gaku's dead in this route, so it's kind of a waste. Oh, Ema, I'd be for Ema. But you'd have...
Voltage 2 is so... We spam that move.
No, this is the one move I'd actually be okay upgrading.
One Winged Hammer also could be a plus, but this is one of the best moves in the game.
Yeah, I'd be okay buffing that place. Oliver.
I think we use Ema so much that I'm gonna say he's priority.
Yeah.
15k for level 3 to max, though.
I know, and that's that and Bearblade also. We Bearblade.
We literally spend attack potions on Takumi every map because we're making Airblade do 2 damage.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's just do Takumi next.
Do Takumi next, and then we'll do
And Kurara. We'll take Kurara breaks every now and then.
Kurara is such a waste.
I want this.
Why?
Because I
We
like
literally
her.
win in one round every
I
time.
want O Suzuki Nightmare, baby.
Then do that one, not the fucking turrets. The turrets are useless now.
God. Her fucking ult even got worse. She has one move and she's literally worse than Nozomi.
I know.
Because Nozomi at least has two
I
other moves that
know.
do something.
I wish that there was a reason for the turrets.
Oh, what clip is this?
Why we know?
What are we clipping?
Probably that she's worse than Nozomi.
Oh, I honestly, she had to change of heart. I think Kurara is the worst character.
All you need to do is O Suzuki Nightmare. That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
O Suzuki Nightmare is not an ability. It's literally click it. My mouse goes to sleep, so you have to wake it up. O Suzuki Nightmare is a way of life. We'll take Kurara breaks every now and then.
Kurara is such a waste.
I want this.
Why? Literally win in one round every time.
I want O Suzuki Nightmare.
Then do that one, not the fucking turrets. The turrets are useless now.
It's a good clip.
God.
We're gonna have so many good clips for the clip reel, you guys.
No! There's no point why you win in one round every single time. She's literally not viable anymore.
If there is a map where like it's your tower's actually getting damaged, then I agree with Nano. But we're in that situation so few times. Ooh, and Nano's calling you out. You had to reset.
Yeah, well, no, were we losing that time? Yeah, we were.
Yeah, you lost.
But we didn't have Kurara anyway! So why does it matter? In the one instance we wanted her, she's not even there!
Sorry, babe. I'm with Nano on this one.
But she's not there!
If she had been there, you wouldn't have needed a reset.
She would have saved you? I honestly don't think she would have.
But we could have set up the turrets.
I think she's bad, and she gets worse.
The issue is there's not enough maps where you're forced to be on the defensive to such an extent that you need Kurara. That's why she's bad.
Yeah, like, oh yeah, it's like the equivalent of, like, it's like a tech card in a card game.
It's really good in that one case, but if it's not in that case, it fucking sucks, and that's Kurara.
Also...
Does her one even stun? Like, does her, like... It does, right? At
It
least?
does.
Okay, thank God.
Oh, Suzuki never stuns.
It's still worse than Nozomi's gun, though, because that fires at a range.
The
And
thing
her
about
ult is garbage.
the thing about Kurara is they made her ult one of a kind, but at this point I just wish she had a generic AoE because the ult is actively bad. Like it doesn't hit the target. You basically can't use it against bosses. You're just hoping that things hit them dumb, which like you're hoping that the computer hits them when they don't need to, just to take some damage, and they might even hit it from a safe distance, and then there's no damage.
Like, my issue with her, maybe Grant was the original sponsor for her, right?
Yeah. Okay, so the issue with Kurara is it's okay, hard mode will change everything, surely. Oh, they're adding a hard mode?
I do see a lot of messages from Kodaka on Twitter lately about being like, oh, people really want me to like add more complex battles.
That would be great, but right now,
I actually think this game would be it would be even better if the battle system was elevated, like if it was a little bit more of like a...
I wish it was all like that fight I lost.
Yeah!
Where it was like constantly like a barrage where like...
So like if they had added more to it, like maybe more abilities, better graphics, maybe different backgrounds, like if they put more effort into the combat, that would have taken this game like and elevated it even more.
Yeah, so it not like basically us always having the same map really hurts it. And
yeah,
like if they had different maps, they would have a chance, and that's why I'm thankful. Yeah, all the maps are the same. That's kind of a problem. They needed to put a damage cap on how much you can deal to the boss to basically limit it. So basically, you're actually forced to defend because the boss can't die in one turn. There's a lot of things that I'm like, this is weird. But I have said constantly I don't actually care about the combat not being good because it reminds me of Dungeons & Dragons combat, where it's just a mechanism for progressing the story. And that's what D&D's combat is. And I don't like D&D's combat, but it does its purpose, where it's like its whole point is to just progress the story.
Oh, wait a minute. TJ says, use Karara's ult and then force a counterattack, and then all the...
You can also just spam it backstab. Yeah, I agree.
Well, actually, I think that could be actually a viable strategy against a lot of bosses, because you can't impact stab characters like Veshnis from a safe space with Takumi.
Yeah, that's such a great plan. You know what? It sucks that Karara needs someone else to actually attack them because she gets stunned after you...
Oh, I mean, Nozomi exists, but...
Yeah, but that's the issue. It's like, oh yeah, but you could kind of do this on any character. Like, her ult does a lot of damage, but if you just fed all of that ult damage into Takumi,
yeah,
it would be better off anyway.
I'm actually curious, how much damage does each bomb do? Because...
it gets buffed, so it's 3, and then... So you scale the most from it, it's just not worth it.
It's 12 damage, which is good.
Yeah, but we use a lot of times we use super for normal enemies, not bosses anyway. I think Karara is just the worst character.
I agree, but she has a very specific use that makes her good to have.
It's like a tech card. Yeah, in this specific situation, yeah, they're fine, but like in every other situation, they're kind of bad. Bring up D&D again, it's like Original Ranger in 5th edition, where it's really good if you're, like, actually breaks the game if you're doing this type of game where the features actually do something. But in every other situation, it is literally useless and does nothing. That is the exact same thing with Karara.
Let's get...
I think Nozomi is top 3 because of her boss. Honestly, yeah, the one thing bringing her back is her, she doesn't have an AoE ult.
Are we allowed to gift Ava?
I don't know. Whatever.
Okay. I mean, she has the linguistics thing that we need, though, is the issue. He gives both, but that's a tiny... Basically, she is hold person. Karara and Shoma's kits make sense on paper, since you're basically defending...
But Shoma can, like, aggression thing is amazing because it just makes every enemy just not care about anything else.
When you're low on AP, Shoma is like...
Shoma is kind of a beast.
But I do agree, it's the same thing where it's like, it's a specific situation. If you're trying to aggro down in one turn, then Shoma's useless.
Yeah, but I think he's fine. He has way more... He has at least, like... he has abilities though. Like Karara has one ability. I'm like genuinely Karara has one ability.
Yeah, the fights aren't designed in such a way that let you rely on a character like Karara or Shoma. I agree, it's fun but limited. I can't wait to play 13 Sentinels with Grant because he's 100% gonna want to have this discussion with those characters in that game too.
Oh, you're right.
It's Ava, yeah. I'm just gonna give us one that I know where it goes. We have was it? It was like some kind of food platter that I wanted to give to Kako.
Leave that piece.
You think the high heels are Hiriko's?
Yeah.
Let's try.
It looks like someone would wear that color.
For me? I see.
Oh, wow.
Thank you. This makes me happy.
Yeah, it's fun
Oh,
to
yeah,
get her to work.
I mean, like, I'm not saying, like, every character technically works, but, like, Karara has basically one ability. And one character has to be the worst. I think I would rank, like, if I was making a tier list for the characters, it'd probably be... Karara would be, like, in D tier. Then Kako in, like, C tier. With Shoma, probably. B tier would probably be, like, Moko. I don't know what else I would put. There's a lot of good...
Takemaru.
Takemaru is, I think, better than... So. I'd put Moko in... I'd put Takemaru in A tier. I'd put,
I think Moko's pretty good. Like, that single target stun 6 damage move is actually super good.
Yeah, but Kiyoshika is a similar... Doesn't talk.
But Moko stuns.
Yeah, you want to kill things, constantly.
But if you need to, you can stun something.
And you get some bosses. Literally just for one type of enemy. Like, oh yeah, it's specifically good in this situation. What are you looking for?
Just...
Did you see if you could gift Ava? Did you do that?
Shit, I didn't.
Babe.
Yeah, that was bad. It's okay, we'll check this time. Turn 1, VC.
Can we look at her stats?
Scout Rush maps. Oh, Valkyria Chronicles. You wanna look at...
So...
Anything but science.
Let's look at...
I think Hiriko is math, yeah?
Yeah, but we need to check with it. What do we need? We need calculation. That would be Ato. So...
Ato's dead.
Hiriko is analysis. And... Nozomi's calculation. I'm doing is probably.
The problem with Nozomi is I pretty much don't know what she likes.
Likes space. Do we have the things for the telescope? We
Oh, I'm giving the women's swimsuit to Hiriko.
probably a safe bet.
Same reason Valkyria Chronicles system just leads to scout spam.
We don't need. Oh yeah, I guess it'll max out analysis first. And we just have to get.
Surprisingly thoughtful of you.
Okay with it.
Oh, she didn't love it.
That might be enough though, because we can look through the gifts and see if there's anything that Nozomi likes. But I really don't. We don't know her.
And she looks like folded eggs or some shit as her likes. It's like, girl,
while you still can.
I get that you're brainwashed, so you don't know what you want, but come on. Spice? Great. I wonder whose fave is the swimsuit, and then I would have assumed it. Oh, yeah. It wasn't Hiriko.
Check your stats, see if you have max it.
I went to bed after an uneventful day. Not long ago.
Okay,
Yep.
it's max. We don't.
No, it only seemed uneventful. Something may have been brewing behind the scenes without me noticing. But since I had no way of ascertaining that, I decided to simply go to bed and embrace sleep for the night. Amazing. Oh,
Happy
fucking...
birthday.
We got the Ato of all grand Ato endings.
We got late again.
Yeah, sort of.
Hey, Ato found love.
We also we jump back to the killing side where we kill Ato, and now we refuse the killing game. So we're waiting for this route to kind of kick off.
I like that it was that route. It was like give you a chance to change your mind, Takumi. It's your fault.
And now look at this fucked up CG of Ato. I woke up as the morning announcement played. It had barely finished when a piercing scream resounded in my ears. I jumped out of bed and dashed out of my room.
Sponsorship.
I think Takemaru's dead. Oh, thank goodness. Hiroko, Tsubasa, and Takemaru were out on the roof today. Was that Shoma just now?
Yeah, he came running out when I heard it.
Did you check if you gift Ava, by the way? Babe! 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 Babe!
Sorry. I forgot again.
I was already here when she came out. The scream came from the back of the building.
Are you sure?
Trust me, I've got the dogs here.
Okay, let's go. We made our way down the stairs as quickly as we could and headed for the back of the school. It didn't take long for us to reach our destination, where we saw... Okay... He just got killed.
Shoma!
I rushed over to check his pulse and breathing.
Nothing.
Oh my
He's
god!
dead.
He just died. Can we revive him?
The Revivomatics are probably fucked up again.
No way.
By this time, other team members had come running as well. It was Nozomi, Moko, Kyoshika, Yugamu, and Kurara. They gasped and their eyes went wide when they saw Shoma's body.
Shoma!
Impossible.
What is this? Is he breathing?
No, unfortunately.
Get your act together. It's too early to give up. We just heard him screaming. He can't have been dead longer than 10 minutes.
Right. We can use the Revivomatic to bring him back.
Let's get him to the infirmary. Yes, but
Okay,
just one moment.
Moko, you pick him up.
The hell?
Sir Ima, Lady Kako, and Lady Darumi have not shown up yet.
Yeah, Rosen. Yeah.
Hey,
I'm sure you're thrilled.
Maybe they woke up early and went to the cafeteria first?
So many of my characters in my Iron Man ended up.
Even so,
It makes
they
Rosen
should have heard the
happy.
scream. Weird that they didn't come running like the rest of us.
This isn't the time to discuss that. Get Shoma to the infirmary now.
Yeah, I'll carry him there on my back. I don't know how to work the Revivomatic, though.
I'll come with you. The rest of you can go look for Ima, Kako, and Darumi.
Got it.
Takemaru put Shoma on his back and immediately ran off to the infirmary with Tsubasa. The rest of us split up to look for Ima, Kako, and Darumi. Since the person who attacked Shoma could still be lurking nearby, we split into teams for safety. I partnered up with Hiroko. We decided to start with the cafeteria. We made our way there as soon as we could, but there was nobody else inside. Ima, Kako, Darumi, anybody there? No response. Looks like they're not here. Yes, let's try somewhere else. Turning around, we dashed down the hallway toward the gym. When we got there... I can't open the door? Is it locked? I peered through the small opening in the slightly ajar door. There's a latch. Someone latched the door from inside. Hiroko and I looked at each other nervously, neither daring to breathe. We're going to have to break the door down. You're right. On 3. 1, 2, 3. One more time. 1, 2, 3. The door refused to budge even after we threw ourselves against it numerous times. Soon, this noise we were making started attracting the others to the gym as well. We need some help here, guys. What we were trying to do was obvious enough that I didn't need to explain. Everyone nodded, took a couple of steps back, and prepared to charge the door. Ready? Go! They better not be dead. The latch broke apart with a cracking sound, and we all tumbled into the gym together and lying on the floor in front of us.
This is...
Unbelievable.
I ran to Kako and put a finger on her neck. There was no pulse. She was deathly cold. Oh, this is the anti-nano.
I guess we're actually gonna figure out who Gaku and out.
Hiroko came from behind me and started examining Kako's body. Once she had finished, she turned to look at the others and silently shook her head.
But it's okay. She couldn't have been dead for too long, like Shoma. Then we should take her to the infirmary now.
Sorry, Grant. This route is quickly becoming the new fate.
Yeah.
Nozomi ran over to Kako and lifted her up. As she did, something fell out of Kako's right hand. Yeah, that bottle. What is this? A medicine bottle? By the time I noticed it, Nozomi had already run out of the gym, carrying Kako's body. As the rest of us started to leave, Hiroko suddenly spoke up. Wait, Yugamu, you go with Nozomi. Moko, Kyoshika, Kurara continue looking for Ima and Darumi. And Takumi, you stay here. What? Why? Just do as I say for now. I'll explain later.
Alright.
Let us be off at once.
The others nodded at each other and then ran toward the hallway. Leaving only Hiroko and myself at the scene of the crime. Why only me? There's only one exit here, and it was latched shut. The hangar. They're in the hangar. I turned to look at the exit. Lying on the floor nearby was a mop that had been broken into 3 pieces. The mop handle had been used as a makeshift latch. It would be impossible for someone to latch the door like that from outside, which means this incident happened in a locked room. Assuming this is true, there are 2 possibilities I can think of. Can you guess what they are? I answered hesitatingly. The first possibility is that, as much as I hate to say it, Kako killed herself, right? Yes. Look at the bottle that dropped from her hand. What does the label say? A locked room? I know, all the Danganronpa people are like, ears perking up with that term. Oh! TTX. It's an abbreviation for tetradetoxin.
It's killing game time!
It's extremely poisonous. Swallowing just 1 or 2 milligrams is fatal. It's a 13th student, one hidden in the school. You saying Kako drank this? I don't know, but we'll have time to think about that later. The other possibility is more pressing. Because if Kako didn't take the poison herself, it didn't take me long to make the connection. The killer is still hiding somewhere in the gym. Yes, if there is a killer, that is. That's why I told you to stay behind. Alright, let's look around. Hiroko and I searched the gym as cautiously as we could. Despite leaving no stone unturned, we didn't find anyone hiding anywhere. This makes it clear that Kako took her own life. Does it, though? Shoma was found sliced up at the back of the building around the same time. Didn't you find it strange that somebody killed him while Kako killed herself? No. There's nothing strange about that if Kako had been the one to kill Shoma. After stabbing him to death, she ran into the gym, blocked the door with the mop handle, and ingested the poison to kill herself. I decided to state my opinion objectively, even though I really didn't want to say those words out loud. Maybe, but that wouldn't make sense if Kako died before Shoma. Remember how Kako felt when you touched her body? Yes, she'd already gone completely cold. I noticed it too. It's probably been several hours since she died. Wait, no, we love Kako? I know! It's sad that she died. So, Kako killed herself sometime last night, and then somebody killed Shoma sometime this morning. Or Kako was also murdered. That's a possibility as well. How is that possible when the door was latched from the other side? Wait, there's something more important there. If Kako had already been dead for a few hours... Yes, I'm afraid it's already too late for her. No. Well, they didn't find the hangar, which is apparently in a latch on the floor. Tsubasa, Nozomi, and Yugamu were in the infirmary when Hiroko and I arrived. Where is Ima and Darumi? They were standing around with grave looks on their faces. How are Shoma and Kako?
Well, we managed to successfully revive Shoma.
Oh! Yes, what a relief. But he's still unconscious.
His physical body's been restored to full health, but it seems he hasn't recovered mentally from the attack yet.
Yeah, seriously. Where is he? Sleeping in his room. Takemaru's taking care of him. And what about Kako?
We did put her body in the revival-matic, but...
Alas... Yuriko and I went behind the Revive-O-Matic to look at the monitor. What was written on the screen made our hearts sink. Cause of death, respiratory paralysis, induced asphyxiation. Time of death, day 27, between 1 and 4 a.m. Traces of TTX poison detected in body even. Oral intake of TTX presumed to have led to respiratory paralysis-induced asphyxiation. Update the Monokuma file. No external injuries found on the body. Too much time has passed since death. Impossible to revive. The silence of the room was broken by the door being thrown open and 3 people running in. Darmy. Darmy, you're safe! Where were you all this time?
In the rec room playing slots.
You were doing what?
You can't blame me. I overslept this morning and I didn't see anyone in the cafeteria. I just assumed everyone was off doing their own thing.
Kyoshika and I found her in the rec room and dragged her here. We've already told her about Shoma and Kako.
Still, we didn't yet know if they'd successfully revived, so here we are.
Did it go well? Yeah, Kako's gone. Just then, 2 other people barged into the room noisily. Ima.
Misso Suzuki told me what happened. I fell asleep in my dear sister's room last night and I woke up, she was nowhere to be found. I've been looking around for her ever since.
And we just missed you?
I saw him running around the hallways like a headless chicken and brought him here.
Where is my dear sister? What has happened to her?
I explained the situation to everyone who had just arrived. The news that Kako could no longer be revived hit everyone like a ton of bricks. Tears started welling up in Moko and Kyoshika's eyes while Kurara was sniffling away under her mask. Darumi alone shed no tears. She had a vacant look on her face as she stared absently into space.
Yeah, this route seems pretty good, honestly. I'm kind of glad we did the other one first, because I think that one was...
It was fine.
It was okay. I was just kind of sick of it. It dragged on really long.
It went to day 100. As for Ima...
No! 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 Dear sister!
Aww.
Yeah! Dear sister! No!
With an anguished cry, the distraught Ima lost control of all reason and started lashing out. We managed to rustle him to the ground and pin his limbs down, even as he struggled violently.
Wait here while I go grab the gamma feel.
Joe, what's that?
A powerful anesthetic. We have some in the biolab.
Yugamu dashed off as quickly as he could. He came back a while later with gamma feel, which he then injected into Ima. The drug caused Ima to weaken and slump over. Yugamu observed him closely.
All is fine now. He's unlikely to wake up before tomorrow morning.
That has to be with what the sponsor... Yeah, the sponsor injected us with something in the other route. We moved the unconscious Ima to his room. Remember we went into the,
Oh, yeah, you're right.
the infirmary, actually, and one of the sponsors...
Still don't know who those two are.
Yeah.
I feel like we're not going to figure that out this route.
We moved the unconscious Ima to his room and assigned Moko to watch over him. After that, we took Kako's body to the morgue. There were now 3 bodies lying on tables in the morgue. Kako's body was the smallest. Ato, and Ato. I kept staring at her. When I closed my eyes, I could see her innocent smile. I couldn't believe this girl I had thought of like my own little sister was now gone. An indescribable ache spread through my chest at that thought. Unable to stand the pain, I forced myself to look away. Sorry, Nano. After that, we went to the courtyard to check the cages. Ava was still inside hers, the door securely locked. Hiriko and I went on to tell the others what we'd learned from investigating the gym. The improvised latch, the bottle of poison, and how there had been no one inside.
So why does the sponsor just do nothing if you decide not to play the game? He should still exist.
I'm sure he does. I mean, we don't know that the sponsor isn't doing all the shit. While we were talking, the sun had set and the darkness of night was slowly taking over. It was already evening. Since nobody was in the mood for a meal, we gathered in the leisure lounge instead of the cafeteria.
Is it a spoiler if I ask if there's a route you get for routes or...
Can I ask?
Sir Takimaru, were you not supposed to be attending to Sir Shoma?
Although that is my suspicion.
Yugama took over. Shoma's still out cold, but he's physically fine now.
Yeah, no, that is what makes the game interesting. The fact that you have to play routes, and then you have to go forward with that information. Like, we only knew that there is a hangar below the gym because we played the other route. If we'd played this first, we'd be like, no idea. Stuff like that is what makes these types of games so good.
I just don't understand why Kako would kill herself.
As I've already explained, we don't know for sure that it was suicide. We haven't found a suicide note. Not in the gym, on her clothes, or in her room yet.
But the door was latched shut from the inside. And you didn't find anyone else in there, correct?
Yes, but I find it hard to accept Kako had killed herself, when Shoma was clearly killed by someone else. Well, Shoma's gonna wake up and tell us, hopefully. Why would she even do such a thing? I won't be fully convinced until a clear reason surfaces.
I think she was murdered too by the sponsor who was trying to get us to join the invader hunt.
Probably right.
They did warn us that this would happen. Oh, we all heard the recordings that remember all who refuse to join the game will be eliminated.
All who refuse. That means the rest of us are target too.
You tell us the sponsor wants to kill us all?
The first threatening message said something about everyone dying too. It sure did. The first and second threats. We assumed they were written by different people because of the handwriting. But I'm starting to think it was the same person after all. We went against the first note. We ignored the demand to leave the academy and chose to stay behind instead. I gave the culprit an idea. I'll hold a killing game and force these guys to murder each other. But then we went against the second request as well. They decided that they were going to have to do it themselves. And by it, you mean killing us. Yep, it all makes sense when you think of it this way, doesn't it? That would mean the perpetrator has already murdered 4 people.
4?
Sir Gaku, Lady Kako, Sir Ray, and Sir Shoma. Though Sir Shoma was lucky enough to escape the jaws of death.
So we're up against a ruthless serial killer here.
Can't just let someone butcher our friends and get away scot-free.
But how do we find them?
Haven't I mentioned this before? The killer may well be one of us. Everyone tensed up at Hiriko's words and started exchanging suspicious glances. Not everyone is a suspect, though. It would have been impossible for Takumi, Tsubasa, Takemaru, or me to have done this.
How can you be so sure? Oh, that's right. The 4 of us met each other on the rooftop this morning, immediately after hearing Shoma scream.
He was stabbed at the back of the building, even if we could teleport. There's no way we could appear on the rooftop right after slicing him up that badly. He wasn't... Okay, man, I killed Shoma, but not Gaku. He wasn't thrown down from the rooftop after being stabbed, either. His body hadn't taken any fall damage.
Just a moment. What if all 4 of you were working together?
Yes, it would definitely seem possible from your point of view. That would also mean 1 in 3 of our team are killers. I don't think the STU would be worth much then.
That line of reasoning isn't strong enough to prove your innocence.
Anyway, what were the rest of you doing at that time? I remember those who came after us were Nozomi, Kiyoshika, and Karara. Moko and Yugamu too, though they aren't here right now. Where'd you guys come from? I ran from the entrance hall. I couldn't stand his garbage sewer breath. Okay. Fair enough. Jordan. That sounds like something
Takumi
you would have
always
said.
ignoring Dart. Yeah, I agree. I simply found myself in a group as I was heading to the back of the building. Oh yeah, we just said, like, what were you doing, Darby? We didn't even ask her. We just ignored her.
How did you go there?
Well, I heard Shoma scream, but I chose to wait in my room before making a move. Then I overheard you guys talking outside. You said something about the scream coming from the back of the building, remember? So I followed you to the scene of the crime.
Nozomi and Darumi said the same thing, but I couldn't tell if they were telling the truth. You know, Kurara could have been the one that murdered Gaku. Because the murder stopped in the other route because Kurara got sacrificed at the onset.
That's a really good point, actually.
And that alibi actually kinda is suspicious.
That's a really good guess.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Karara.
Yeah,
Oh, you just said it. Yeah, Karara.
I started answering that before you even asked. That's funny.
I think it's Karara.
I agree with that logic.
That makes a lot of sense to me.
That actually would explain why we didn't find out anything about it, because
Billy was already dead.
I think that makes a lot of sense, actually. I'm all for it. It could also be Darumi.
Whatever. Darumi will always be suspicious for everything bad that happens.
It could be Darumi, because Darumi could be like, oh wait, I'm gonna kill people. I don't need to kill people.
Whatever the case, there was no denying the perpetrator could have joined up with the group halfway through without anyone realizing.
Your suspicions are misplaced, especially when there is a much likelier suspect to cast aspersions on. Yes, someone who didn't even show up at the crime scene. Wait a second. You mean me?
You're totally trying to get us all to join that stupid killing game.
So when we refused to cave after the second threat, you decided to? It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
I don't think it was Darumi.
I had nothing to do with it. I overslept, that's all.
We all shot Darumi deeply suspicious looks. Her dismay and bewilderment were palpable. Beads of sweat rolled down her face, making her makeup run. Hey, can I say something? I think it's counterproductive for us to be doubting each other like this. So let's hold the trial, and we can... how are we going to handle future battles if we can't even stay united? Let's calm down and think about things rationally. Under normal circumstances, the probability of the killer being an outsider is a lot higher than the alternative.
But what would an outsider be able to slip in without triggering the alarm?
Well, that's perhaps of the academic kind. So, Fail, last night, Grant and I were like, what if there was they wouldn't do this, but what if they made a route where this was an actual Danganronpa simulation with this cast of characters, and we discussed who would die in each chapter? What we came up with was Gaku kills Shoma in chapter 1, and then chapter 2, we decided Takemaru would die, but we couldn't decide who would kill him. And then in chapter 3, Ima kills someone.
Probably do. I don't think we decided all of them.
Chapter 5, though, is definitely Nozomi gets killed by Eito. Or vice versa. And Kiyoshika and Tsubasa live the game, probably. Oh, Yugamu's chapter 4 killer. Yeah, that's what we went with. Anyway.
Maybe it was Ava.
Huh?
Impossible. We checked the cage just now, remember? She was still inside and the gate was properly locked. Not only that, I have the key right here. This is the only key and it can't be duplicated, as Hiroko said. Also, I locked my door last night, so nobody could have stolen the key from me while I sleep.
What if you were working with her?
In this game, I could see them starting a trial. Does the camera spin around thing, and then the record scratch, and they all agree it's a stupid idea. That level of gaslighting is definitely something that Kodaka would do. I can debunk that theory. Takumi has been with me since this morning. Even if he had let Ava out of her cage last night to stab Shoma, he couldn't have locked it back up this morning without my knowledge. You need the key to lock the cage just as much as you need it to unlock it.
That means it's one of us.
No, it can't be. There has to be a way for someone to come in without triggering the alarm.
There's always the possibility that no one slipped in at all.
What is saying?
I'm saying the killer could have already been hiding in the academy before the first team was dispatched here.
That's true. If they were already here, they wouldn't have triggered the alarm.
So that person is still hiding in school.
All of a sudden, Tsubasa raised her voice.
I know I can make an organic life detection device.
Oh, with the mask.
Organic life?
Protection device?
Oh, cool!
But simply, it's a machine that detects the number of large living organisms on school grounds. It won't be advanced enough to pinpoint their exact locations, but one precise number should tell us if there really is an outsider hiding here.
You can make something like that?
I found a similar function while investigating Ava's mask 2 days ago. I took the opportunity to study it thoroughly.
This is the route where Tsubasa's a killer.
Not Nano baiting us into Danganronpa brain.
So yes, I can make something like that in 7 days, maybe!
We were so suspicious of her being helpful in the killing game route. So suspicious. 7 days. Until then, let's stop being suspicious of each other.
7 doors.
Like,
Oh, it's 9 doors.
oh, yeah. 7 doors, 7 days, 7 hours, 7 person. We'll assume that the killer is an outsider until proven wrong. What do you guys say? Everyone nodded in agreement. The moment I saw that, the world around me started to spin. What is this? That was the last thought on my mind before it shut down completely.
Hey, Karara lived.
What, now we're sus of her?
We are. That's.
Up and Adam troops, time
And then, like, pointing out that it could have. That's cool.
I'm kind of wondering if Kamyon could be doing
Ready
this.
for your 39th
No.
day of active service here at
5.
Last Defense Academy. Prepare to spend
Is the
another
Urgy
day
back?
enduring the unendurable and suffering the
Now, when you say the
insufferable to
Urgy in
pave
this
the way for
game,
humanity's future
what do you
greatness.
mean?
Be ready to give your lives to protect our beloved school from the vile and barbaric enemy.
Ato's dark urge. Oh, yes. I woke up to the now all too familiar sight of Nozomi sitting right in front of me. It was deja vu time. She noticed right away that I was awake and leapt to her feet with an ear-piercing scream. She scuttled frantically around the room a few times more than last before finally coming to a stop. Then she stood there in a daze. I watched the entire scene play out before sitting up.
Why was this here?
She was watching us because we passed out.
Oh. It's been like 10 days.
Really?
Day 39.
Should we look?
Yeah.
Whoa!
They couldn't have given us 7 days.
Oh my god, it probably was Ato taking over our body. No, but no, that can't be.
We were
'Cause she
knocked
would,
out.
yeah, she wouldn't be watching us unless we act at night, which is a very Ato thing to do. What day is it today? Day 39. I fainted on the night of day 27, so I've been out for 11 days. Yes, we're almost out of emergency feeding drips. Why did I lose consciousness? I didn't get stabbed on day 27, and my old wound didn't reopen. Nozomi regarded me with a somber look on her face as I mumbled to myself. Then she gave me the diagnosis. I think you have the fainting disease.
Huh?
Fainting disease. Also known as psychogenic pseudosyncope. A disease that causes you to suddenly lose consciousness after being exposed to strong psychological shock or stress. Like, your mind just blows out.
Ah, yes.
I have a disease like that? Alright, babe, look it up. Psychogenic pseudosyncope. Hot plot pox. Genic. Pseudo.
Their way of doing what they did in fucking
Syncope.
Zero.
I was gonna say Zero Escape 1 fucking did this with the prosopagnosia and the keyboard scene. Everyone remembers the keyboard scene.
Period of transit in the absence of right.
That's the... This is an Uchikoshi route.
The absence of loss of consciousness, right? Classified as...
It's just like prosopagnosia is a real thing too. So... Yeah. You'll see when we play Somnium Files and Zero Escape, he loves using real-world things and incorporating them into his games. Like, he'll go in, like, one of his games, he goes deep into, like, what the Mandela effect is, and, like, talks about it with all the characters are discussing it, and you're just like, shit, is that what's happening? I look forward to the V3 playthrough. I know.
Tangy canceled it because, like, I already played that.
No, we'll do it on stream. Nano, earlier today when we were planning what to do, Grant was like, what if we just stream Danganronpa 2? And I was like, you did? He wanted to stream Danganronpa 2. Could you believe it?
He's lying. They'll never get to hear my amazing Sonya voice.
I've played it twice. I'd watch it a third time since it's your fave. Yeah, that game's amazing. Right. Yes. After what happened to Shoma and Kako on day 27, your mind suffered a heavy blow, and even though you somehow made it to nighttime okay, the moment you felt like you could relax, your mind shut down just like that. How could you tell I had this disease? This is the third time you fainted out of the blue, right? And it always takes you a long time to regain consciousness.
I forgot that was just dropped in the crowd.
This didn't seem like normal behavior, so we decided to scan your brain, using the Revivomatics diagnosis function. I don't remember contracting any disease like that. This is what the machine analysis said. Traces of treatment found on damaged parts of the brain. Fainting disease likely developed as after effects. Treatment on damaged parts of my brain? I don't know exactly what happened. At any rate, the damage isn't life-threatening. Doesn't affect your cognitive functions or your judgment. So that part's nothing to worry about, at least. Easy for you to say. This means I could faint again if something stressful happens, right? Yes, but I'm sure it'll all be alright. As long as we make sure nothing too stressful happens again.
Huh?
So has anything changed? Changed? Like, have you guys learned anything about the killer while I was out? No, we haven't made any progress in that area. I think JPH called it the Encyclopedia Possum. The unknown killer remains at large, and we don't have a single clue to follow. Nobody's been attacked since then, so we're still alive at least. How about Shoma and Ima? Shoma's regained consciousness already, but he said he doesn't know who stabbed him. Classic. You can ask him about it yourself later. And Ima? He's barricaded himself in his room and hasn't said much to us. Just a word or two when we deliver food to him. Needless to say, he didn't fight in the defensive battle that happened on day 33. Ima, Shoma, and Darumi sat out of the battle as usual. Are those three still suspicious of me? Yes, they seem to think you're the most likely suspect. But even if you weren't the one, it had to be someone from the SDU. That's what those three believe. Shoma, Ima, and Darumi. Nozomi and I headed to the cafeteria together, where everyone except Ima, Shoma, and Darumi were gathered. When they saw me, they said things like, "You're awake," or "Thank goodness." Everyone was quietly rejoicing about seeing me on my feet again. Their reactions were a lot more subdued than before. I could hardly blame them. This was the third time I'd woken up after losing consciousness for several days. At least that was what I thought. It turned out they had another reason to be despondent. The dark, gloomy aura that hung over the group indicated there was something more at play here. I finished breakfast and returned to my room. Soon after, Tsubasa came knocking.
So dejected everyone seemed, right? Want to know why?
Sure. She pulled out something from behind her back. Oh, she made a dragon radar. Good shit. What's this?
The organic life detection device, also known as the Dragon Ball.
The dragon radar.
The Dragon Radar.
Oh, right. You finished it.
5 days ago, yeah. But now I wish I hadn't.
Huh?
Why not?
Because this is the reason everyone's jumping at shadows.
She turned the device on as she spoke.
So that means that they're...
The corpses. Shit, it couldn't be all the corpses. It's just Ato then.
Because with Kako, with every Kako.
Right. 13 student.
Had a 13th student. It was Kako.
Yep, the total number of life forms in this academy. That's all of us, including Ava. Never mind.
Oh, so they're despairing because there isn't. Which means it only detects living organisms and it's the corpses. Which means there are no outsiders in the school and the culprit is really one of us. Wrong! Or Karara.
Yeah, that's what everyone believes now, except for me and Nozomi, that is.
You two still think it was an outsider that did it?
I don't know, but the killer could have fled outside after stabbing Shoma, right?
The possibility of that happening seemed low to me, but I forced myself not to voice those doubts.
Anyway, that's why everyone's so down.
Basically, it's because they're all suspicious of one another.
That isn't going to end well. Without trust, we won't be able to put together a united front during the next defensive battle.
No, we gave Ava her helmet. We did. But maybe she repossessed it when she made this dragon radar. I don't know. She's begging for them to believe in their friends. I know, but this is turning into Danganronpa.
Can't you do something, Takemi? I'll do what I can to help as well. Just tell me what you need. 'Cause I love you, Takemi.
Whoop.
Oh, I also just remembered. I finished the other thing you asked me a while ago to do.
What thing?
You know, the remote detonator that'll trigger the bomb in Ava's body. I managed to complete it after carefully investigating her body with her consent.
Oh god, she had Ava cake. Tsubasa rummaged through her pocket and took out something that looked like a remote control. I took it and gripped it tightly in my hand. Thanks, this puts me at ease. I'll probably add Ava to the team starting from the next defense battle.
Also, we don't know the is where they weren't really, like, they were controlled by the game, not Ava.
Yeah.
There's a lot of questions.
Yeah, that should help with our combat power. The problem is it's getting others to trust her.
Ima's gonna be trash in this route without Kako.
Oh well, I've done my part. The rest is up to you.
Yeah, Ima's not bad.
Well, I doubt he's even gonna fight, honestly. He hasn't been persuaded to.
Yeah.
With that, she left the room. Up to me, huh? How should I do this? What was it Tsubasa said before? The killer could have fled outside after stabbing Shoma. To be honest, I didn't think they did. I had no concrete proof. But everything that had happened so far felt like a part of a larger scheme that someone was orchestrating.
I like how we're actually not dropping the fact that we don't know Kaku. I like that it's not getting dropped.
At the very least, I was convinced the culprit wasn't going to stop at Shoma's stabbing. In that case,
Shoma dies in both routes.
Excluding myself, the killer must be one of the other 12 students at this academy. No, wait. Shoma was a victim. If Hiroko, Tsubasa, Takemaru, and Ava were also innocent, that just leaves 7 suspects. Ah, yes. This is the Raging Loop screen. Darumi, Nozomi, Kyoshika, Yugamu, Moko, Ima, and Kurara. I never willingly choose to treat any of my friends as suspects, but as it turns out, I don't have a choice right now. I won't gain everyone's trust until I identify the culprit. And if I don't have their trust, the STU would fall apart and everyone would be annihilated by the invaders. The only way to prevent that from happening is to reveal the identity of the killer. At any rate, this was the only way of resolving all this that I could think of.
also dropped entirely. Playing that video.
I have to find the culprit no matter what. I clenched my fists and resolved to devote myself to the investigation. Collect information.
I don't have our class trial already.
Alright, so we have to walk to Ima's room. Talking about the class trial just makes me want to play Danganronpa 2. No answer. I tried the doorknob, but it was locked. Ima, I know you're inside. Can we talk?
Hey!
I'm trying to track down the culprit, but I need something to go on. At that, a voice called out from the other side of the door.
Oh, you're awake, Mr. Smino. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can tell you.
Come on, there's gotta be something.
See, I'm suspicious of you too. I think you may have been the one who killed my dear sister.
What are you talking about? I didn't kill her in the first place. Kako, she...
Killed herself. Is that what you're trying to say? A preposterous suggestion. There was absolutely no reason for my dear sister to do such a thing. She had no worries, no sorrows. Even if she did fail Benny, you would have told me about them. My dear sister did not kill herself. I have no doubt she was murdered. Like I told you just now, I suspect the killer may have been you, Mr. Sumino. The only reason I haven't exacted vengeance is because I'm not completely sure it was you. Accidentally killing the wrong person would be playing right into the hands of the real culprit. But I might lose my sense of reason if much longer. Can you please leave me now while I'm still in my right mind?
I could sense that prolonging the conversation would lead to nowhere. Ima refused to respond to any further attempts to talk. Okay. So... I mean, that was kind of useful. That pretty much guarantees that she was murdered. Let's see where everybody else is, honestly. I don't keep on this game. Oh, cool. What are you guys doing here?
If it isn't serial killer Takumi.
You're awake. I'm not a serial killer, so stop calling me that. Anyway, I'm investigating the identity of the culprit right now. Do you mind if I ask a few questions?
Whoa, can you be any more shameless? The criminals are role-playing as detective now.
I'm not talking to you, I'm asking Shoma. Oh, you want to know about the person who stabbed me? I've told the others a bunch of times already. I didn't get a good look at them.
Wait, I thought you were sure Takumi did it.
Yes, but it's not like I have any proof. She said, I thought you were sure Takumi did it. He's responding, yes.
Yes, but it's not like getting proof.
Does that mean you didn't see the culprit when you were stabbed?
No, I did see someone,
No, I
but they
did
were...
see someone, but they were wearing a mask.
A tomato man.
How about the person's height or body structure?
You were taller than me.
I can't be sure. They were dressed in a long black poncho thing. You must have seen some identifiable features. I was attacked the moment I turned around, so I'm afraid not. I screamed immediately, and before I realized it, I'd been shoved to the ground. You're looking for the art book. Sit down.
No, I'm not.
You're so... So, you don't even know if it was a man or a woman? No. Did they say anything? Actually, I did hear something as I was being stabbed. The person kept saying, die! Die!
Oh, that sounds something, Darmy said.
Die.
Then you should have been able to recognize the voice. Thing is, I didn't. Why not? Their voice had been changed with a voice changer. A voice changer, huh? Okay.
Can't really rule out
Well, they're saying she can be because she was on the roof when he was screaming.
Yeah, but
So if that's true...
we had that happen with a character in Eden Garden.
Huh?
Oh, you're still in the cafeteria?
Don't talk to us now! We are in the midst of a very serious discussion.
Nozomi just refuses to listen to reason! What's the discussion about? I still don't believe the culprit is one of us. I'm trying to tell everyone to stop being so suspicious of each other.
You saw that device's total for the number of life forms in the school.
Yes, but that doesn't prove the crimes were inside jobs. The culprit must have fled outside the wall of fire after stabbing Shoma.
And we're trying to tell you that is not possible.
Yeah, this doesn't seem like a killer who'd stop at 1 or 2 victims.
They clearly said they wanted to kill everyone, both in the tape recording and the first message.
But I just can't. Takumi, say something. Huh? Well... I stammered hard because I was more in line with Kurara's way of thinking than Nozomi's. I did feel bad for Nozomi, so I decided to simply avoid committing for now. Sorry, I just remembered I have something I needed to do. Gotta go, bye. Wait, Takumi! Hey, come back here, please! I ignored Nozomi's pleas and quickly bolted out of the room and into the hallway. Okay, that's not helpful. Yuriko, you were here the other day too. What's so interesting about this place? I wanted to investigate Kako's body again. What about you? I'm here to investigate the case as well. As if your clumsy brain could ever bring us closer to the truth. Be quiet. Yuriko decided to repeat herself in a hushed voice. As if your clumsy brain.
Hey!
You know that's not what I meant. Anyway, have you already looked at Kako's body? Yes, and the other two as well. Huh? Eito and Gakko too? Didn't we already get to check Gaku's body on day 24? Yes, but something's happened to make me realize I needed to check it again. I've discovered 2 surprising facts after reinvestigating Kako's body. Surprising facts? First concerns her cryptoglobin. Her body's been almost completely drained of it. What? There's a cut on her ankle. Her body was likely moved somewhere and hung up for an extended time. Ooh. It was returned here after being almost completely drained of cryptoglobin.
Hey, Natalie.
When? I'll get to that later. Let me tell you about my other discovery first. Don't look, Nano. Hiriko walked to Kako's body and removed the sheet that was covering it. Then she flipped the body over, and what I saw flabbergasted me. What is that? A hole? What the hell? Marks of a stolen heart. What? Somebody cut a hole in her back, smashed her ribs. Oh! Nano! Do not listen, Nano! And dug her heart out. Why would anybody do that? Before we talk about that, check the other bodies as well. As I did as I was told, and flipped Eito and Gaku's bodies over, only to see the exact same marks on them. A large, empty cavity on their backs.
These were done this was done after, though.
When they're in cryptoglobin form...
No, I'm saying they did this after, where they...
There's a white thing covering their heart.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying Kako's would have noticed this before when body, so this happened after.
So I think what we're seeing is that if you remove someone with Hemoanima's heart, you can use their body or transplant it somewhere else. And I bet you Yugamu could confirm this, because this is probably how he was able to transplant Ima into Saray.
Alright, let's see. Cavity on the backs. Yeah, so but they must have done this after. Kako one must have been done sometime in the last 10 days, 11 days. Before, after already in the...
So, yeah, that's interesting. Wait a minute. What's going on here? What indeed? Why are you so calm about this? Their hearts have been removed from their bodies. I know. That's what I've been trying to tell you. When did this happen? When we investigated Gaku's body on day 24, his back was still intact. It still was on day 27, too. I checked Eito's and Gaku's body when we moved Kako's body here. Nobody had holes in their backs at that point in time. That means it must have happened sometime after the night of day 27. The perpetrator likely did the deed to all three at the same time. That may have been when they extracted Kako's cryptic lotion as well. Ooh. Simple logic dictates that the culprit behind this series of events did it. Why? How should I know what the culprit is up to? Perhaps they are simply a lunatic who collects hearts as a hobby, or a gourmet who enjoys a spot of grilled myocardium with lemon on top. Both examples are crazy. There's just one thing I can't seem to figure out. Why were the hearts extracted from the back? Making an opening in the chest would make removing them so much easier. Why go about it this way? Neither of us could come up with anything feasible, so we decided to investigate the bodies again, but there was not a single further clue to be found.
Ava and...
That is...
This feels like a... like... for a class trial.
That does. Takumi! Long time no see. I heard you were out cold for a while. I woke up all of a sudden for some reason. I knew someone was gonna say that, Rosen. I'm glad you did. Is there something I can help you with today? I made this cake. There was no point to asking Ava about the case, so I decided to talk about something else. Do you remember what you told me before? And then you said you decided to take your chances with us, right? Yes, I will no longer try to self-destruct in everyone's presence, for the reasons I have previously explained. Then, will you fight with us instead? What? Veshness, the one who betrayed you, is still alive, right? By joining us in battle, you can personally take revenge against her and her underlings. Is that why Tsubasa asked to conduct a thorough investigation of my body the other day? So that if I ever tried anything, your team would be able to detonate the bomb inside my body, remotely, using the device she made. Yes, but I just want to make one thing clear. I didn't ask for the device because I'm suspicious of you. It's just something that's needed to put the others at ease. Ava thought for a while about what I said. Alright, you saved my life, so if there's anything I can do to help you, I'll do it. Thank you! Unfortunately, you'll still have to wait for a while before I can let you out of here first. I need to get the clear with the others first. Understood. I will wait.
Pretty.
Yeah, we're gonna do you out. Medicine. One of mankind's most eminent inventions for sustaining life. Friendly Ava and not mom version, Lisa in shambles, I know. And dealing death. How can I help you today, Takumi? I told Gamu that I was investigating the case. Does that include Kako's death too? Yes, the suspicious circumstances of her death bother me as well. My main objective was to solve the attempted murder of Shoma, but that didn't mean it was my only concern. Any information that might help solve Kako's case would be more than welcome. There were other cases to think about as well, like Suray's destruction and Gaku's murder. But I hadn't found any further clues to those cases despite my thorough investigation by day 24. So I decided to focus on Shoma's case first, while the trial was still fresh. Is there something bothering you about Kaku's case? Yes, there is. Remember her cause of death? She'd ingested tetrodotoxin, an extremely potent poison. When we found her, she was holding a bottle labeled TTX tightly in her right hand. That bottle was originally from this biolab. So the poison was taken from here? That would appear to be the case. Whether by Kako, who then killed herself with it, or by someone else, who used it to kill Kako. Is this room open to everyone? Sure is. There's no lock on the door, and the cabinets are unsecured too. Anyone could have taken anything at any time. Somebody also stole some gamma fuel, plus syringes and needles to administer it. Gamma fuel, the substance you used to knock Ima out on day 27? The very same. But if it's here, it hasn't been stolen, right? There are multiple bottles here. Several are missing. I wonder if we're getting knocked out by that. It didn't happen recently either. I first noticed the missing bottles on day 27. When I came here to get supplies needed to help with Ima, I saw that there were already some missing. Why would the killer do that? Was there any time when we could have ingested gamma fuel or been injected with it?
Well, we got knocked out by it. Knocked us out.
Like way long ago, when Gaku died. What about recently? Like from when we started this route? Was anybody ever close to us?
Knocked us out. Happened.
Right. We don't know for sure if the killer was the one who stole them. Thing is, at the proper dilution, the substance can numb the body's pain and emotional receptors without causing loss of consciousness. The only time loss was the thing with Takemaru, I believe. Perhaps that was what the thief wanted to use it for. I went to the gym last. When I stepped inside, I saw that Tsubasa and Takemaru were already there. Right, the fainting. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Tsubasa, Takemaru, perfect timing. I need to ask you guys something.
What is it?
Remember the voice changer you showed me in the garage the other day? It's still there.
Yoma told me about Kobe using the voice changer, huh?
Yeah, he did.
You guessed right, Takumi, the device gone's missing.
I knew it. The culprit stole it.
I think so.
When did you realize it was gone?
On day 28, the day Shoma regained consciousness, I went to the garage to check after hearing his story end.
Voice changer was already gone.
Yeah, without anyone realizing.
She showed us the voice changer on the afternoon of day 24, so it must have been stolen between that time and the morning of day 27 before Shoma got stabbed. What are you two doing here, though?
I did a lot of thinking myself while you were out, and I just don't think Kaku killed herself.
Me too, at first suicide seemed like the only possibility based on the situation. After listening to Hiroko, though, I started to realize how unnatural the whole thing seemed.
But if she was killed, how'd the culprit get away? That's what we need to figure out.
So here we are.
Maybe there's a secret tunnel or something here that we completely missed, you know?
We're all here to do the same thing, then.
You mean?
Yes, Kako died under such mysterious circumstances that I can't stop thinking about it.
Yeah, let's check this place out together.
Yeah, we can trust each other since all three of us here are safers.
Safers?
Those of us that can be safely removed from the list of suspects, safers.
That's true.
And thus we began to investigate the gym. We went around knocking on walls and floors for hidden doors. Some time passed before Takemaru shouted at us from the stage.
Hey, come here, I found something crazy.
He was standing at a corner of the stage. Tsubasa and I hurried over. Oh, hell yes. What in the world?
No way, there was really a secret tunnel. Or should I say a hidden ladder?
Hi, Nutmeg. I checked this place before, but I found nothing. What did you do?
Told you, I got a dog's hearing. I knocked on the floor and I knew there was an empty space underneath.
Oh, Gag, I just started playing this last night. Prescamist, you are in for a multi-100-hour amazing journey. We just got our 10th ending today. And there is 100 of them. Anyways, I will not spoil anything. This game rocks. I hope you enjoy it.
Then I groped around the surface, and what do you know, our rotatable handle came flipping out. Grabbed the handle, pulled it out, and there you have it.
Let's go down and see what's there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who's your favorite character, Frescomus? We slowly made our way down the long ladder. Eventually, I felt my toes touch solid ground. What I saw there was... Isn't this...
You know this thing?
Yeah! Remember what I told you before? This is the escape pod that deploys on the last day.
No way!
Damn.
Does that mean if we can get inside?
We can go to the artificial satellite.
Oh yeah, also it like never like occurred. Like when we were like passing out in that other route, how we just found the BP thing. Bacteria.
Well, I'm assuming those periods were when Ato takes over your body.
We don't even know if that's true.
Well, that's the Peggy assumption, the PA. We ran to the entrance of the pod and checked the door. There was a note pinned to it. Hiroko's mother? Okay, yeah, Hiroko's my favorite character too. Grant likes Ima.
We love Ima.
The door to the pod automatically opens on day 100, no manual override available. Despite the note, we kept looking around for a way to open it manually. However, we were unable to find anything. Nope, this thing can't be opened from the outside.
How about you use a crowbar to pry it open?
Then the pod becomes useless because outer space is a vacuum.
We have no choice but to wait until day 100.
We'll have to give up on the idea of boarding the pod before then.
Shit.
By the way, have you guys forgotten why we came down here in the first place?
Well, it's not. We're trying to solve the locked room case, aren't we?
Yeah, Hiroko and I thoroughly investigated the gym after discovering Kako's body, but if the killer had been hiding in the storeroom or the ladder shaft at that time...
Couldn't have possibly found them.
Then after you and Hiroko left the gym, the killer got out and walked through the exit like nothing ever happened.
Which means Kako really was killed.
We don't have concrete proof of that yet. However, this does disprove the previous notion that it couldn't possibly have been murder.
Wait, assuming that for a moment she was murdered, wouldn't it also prove that killer was an outsider because when we found Kako's body, Hakimaru, Shomo, and I were in the infirmary where everyone else was in the gym.
Not everyone, two were missing. That's right. Dormy and Ima. Ima couldn't have been the killer. He worshipped the ground she walked on. Dormy, though, she said she was playing slots or something. She could have been lying through her teeth.
But it's possible that an outsider did it.
You made that live detection device yourself, unless you're telling me you made the number up.
Yeah, Fresca missed. Basically, this game has a ton of different routes that you go down based on decisions later. After a lengthy prologue. I'm not sure how far in you are.
Long, lengthy prologue.
But basically, the routes that you go down, different characters kind of are in the spotlight. So the first route we did after completing the prologue was one that heavily focused on Tsubasa, and like Grant and I love her now.
I did no such thing. That was the correct number, but the killer could have already gotten away by the time I finished making the device, right?
Just then I noticed something out of the corner of my eye, an item on the ground next to the cockpit of the escape pod. It caught my eye for some reason, and I slowly walked over to it to pick it up.
Hey, what's that?
A handkerchief.
IT? Ima Tsukumo.
Oh.
So it seems.
I see something embroidered on it.
It reads IT.
Information technology.
Or maybe just it, as in it girl?
Could it be referring to initials of a name?
11037.
Tsukumo.
Alright guys, I think we're gonna end on that cliffhanger because I need to make dinner and watch party is in 38 minutes. So, thank you for coming to our 2-hour 100 line sesh. I will see a lot of you or some of you in the Discord for our watch party tonight. I think we're starting a new show at Rosen's suggestion. The Devil's Plan. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna go make some delicious Asian food And I will see you guys on Sunday. There will be no stream tomorrow. Because I'm going to be in Connecticut. Well, yeah, but I'm not going to stream in the morning. You crazy? Alright, bye guys.